a working meeting that ran beyond its allotted time.
Hurry, quick.
On United Airlines, there's been some confusion about what the FAA is allowing United to do in terms of increasing flights, adding pilots. Can you clarify what the status of your review is of what United can and cannot do?
Sure. So there was some confusion. I think that was on our part. I'll own that. But we are permitting them to take deliveries of aircraft. Most of those aircraft have been one-on-one replacements for existing aircraft. Some of it has been growth. They have provided us with their growth plan, and we're working with them on that growth plan going forward.
We need to go to the back. Martha, can you read out the next question, please?
Yes, this question is from Andrew Tangle. He is with the Wall Street Journal. What are the KPIs you mentioned specifically, and what are the specific criteria you're going to base your decision to lift the restrictions on 737 MAX production, and to what extent has Boeing met those criteria right now?
So the KPI, the specifics of the KPIs we'll leave to Boeing. They have created these KPIs, and I know they're planning on releasing additional information about their comprehensive plan, so we'll let them give more detail about the KPIs. We have not yet set specific metrics or numerical targets for growth, but now that we have the plan and we are seeing the outputs on the KPIs, we will follow that closely, and as we go through the next few months, we'll start to define what we expect in order to allow additional growth.
And as a follow-on question, are there any recommendations in the Safety Culture Review Report that Boeing is declining to act on, and if so, what?
Boeing has accepted all of the recommendations in that report.
Now we have Dominic Gates with the Seattle Times. His question is, what is your confidence that Boeing at this point has quality and configuration control over its suppliers?
So the quality assurance measures that are being proposed include suppliers, and they have worked extensively, not just with Spirit Aerospace, but other suppliers as part of that process. My confidence level is not necessarily relevant, but we will monitor that closely as we go forward to make sure they're fully in compliance.
And now we have a question from David Slotnick with the Business Insider. Can you share a few examples of specific changes as part of today's announcement? What can be done to improve the overall safety culture at Boeing?
Well, again, I can defer to Boeing to give some examples. I can say that they have given us some very specific examples of how they have encouraged more people to use their voluntary reporting system, and they're seeing a greater usage of that system, so that's progress. They have been very focused on ensuring that production is done in the proper sequence so that significant components such as the fuselage aren't shipped until they are built exactly within specification, so what they refer to as traveled work. So reducing that travel work has reduced the risk of error. So there have been concrete steps, but again, I'll leave it to Boeing to go into more detail on those.
And now we'll take a question from Leslie Joseph. She's with CNBC. How many inspectors does FAA have currently at Boeing and Spirit? How does that differ with before the pandemic? And how long do you expect those inspectors to be stationed there?
Well, we don't have precise numbers. We have a number of inspectors on the ground. We have a lot of people who are 60% devoted to Boeing, but also have other duties. So we don't have a precise number, but I will say it's a significant increase from where we were, and that increase will remain steady state going forward.
And we have another question from Andrew Tangle with the Wall Street Journal. Also on the production rates, Boeing has reaffirmed their cash flow target of $10 billion in 2025 and 26, a target that assumes producing 50 737s a month. Will the FAA allow Boeing to produce 50 737s by then, or is Boeing getting ahead of the FAA?
Well, I can't comment on their cash flow targets. I can say that they have not requested relief from the cap, and we have not even had preliminary discussions on that point. So right now we're focused on these metrics and watching their performance, and we'll see when the time comes when it's time to raise that cap.
Okay, I think that's it for the questions online. One more time in the room. Anybody? Yep, David.
When you give them back the authority, assuming you do you anticipate doing it gradually, lifting the cap entirely, or sort of a slow ramp up, or something up to that effect?
Haven't really given that much thought. I think once we get down the road, we see what these KPIs look like, how they're doing on implementation, we'll make that call as it comes.
And just a quick follow-up question. The company that you said you hired to do the review on third-party oversight, what was that name?
It's MITRE. It's a federally funded research company.
Sam.
Yeah.
You met for 3 hours today. I know you said you rolled up your sleeves. Can you just give us a few more examples of what you chatted about for 3 hours? Was this a presentation? Was this a back and forth? And did you have any concerns?
So this was really a Boeing's meeting to present the comprehensive plan in detail. It focused around an extensive PowerPoint presentation that broke the plan down into segments. So a lot of time spent on SMS, a lot of time spent on quality assurance, a lot of time spent on employee engagement, on training, on hiring, all the elements of the plan in some detail, how they'll be measured. So it really was a deep dive into what we had asked for, a comprehensive plan.
What surprised you most?
No surprises.
Okay, folks, that's it. We got to go. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Recording stopped.